Hello, good morning, ladies and gents. This is our probably second week of online learning, if I'm getting the videos right. And today we're going to recap foiling formulas, basically foiling binomials. You'll see we've done that last year, so it's just a recap. So we're going to look at something like this. Let's start with that. X plus 5 squared. Okay, now what is x plus 5 squared? Basically, x plus 5 times x plus 5. Okay, and if we do it the long way, which we did last week, we'll say, okay, it's x squared plus 5x plus 5x. Okay, I'm just drawing these lines, maybe you can see. So x squared, x times 5, 5 times x, plus 5 times 5, plus 25. But now I've got to see if I've got some like terms, and I do, 5x and 5x. So I'm going to write this x squared plus 10x plus 25. Now this is the long way, which I think all of you are comfortable with. But already last year I told you that there's a certain formula, and we proved last year, I'm not going to do it again, it's very easy, you can do it at home by yourself. But there are some formulas that we need to learn, and we have to work with them. If last year I said, you can kind of use that, but if you want to go the long way, you can. No. You've got to use these formulas, otherwise you won't be able to factorize. So these are the formulas. A plus b squared, okay, that's kind of like that. A plus b squared will be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay? If instead of plus you've got minus, a minus b squared, that's still going to be a squared. Now it's going to be minus 2ab, but again plus b squared. And the third formula, okay, a plus b times a minus b is actually the simplest one, a squared minus b squared. Okay, so these three formulas really need to be ingrained in your brain. Okay, you have to be able to use them. Otherwise, when we work backward, next lesson, factorizing, you're not gonna, if you don't know them, you won't be able to work backward. Now check out, instead of going through this long way, I could have said, right, what is x plus 5 squared? Okay, your a in this case is x, your b is 5, so it's going to be x squared, a squared, plus 2ab. What is 2ab? Times 2x times b times 5. So it's 2 times 5 times x plus 10x plus 25. Okay? In the same way, now if I've got my new a here is 2a and the b is 3, I will use the same formula, okay? It will be a squared, but what is 2a squared? You can do it as a semi-stage like this. 2a, you're going to square it. I'm not going to do it all the time, but I'll do it now because it's in the beginning. Plus 2 times 2a times b. 2 times 2a times 3. Plus b squared, which is 9. 3 squared is 9. Okay? I'll write it 3 squared. Okay? So you can go through this middle stage. And then you're going to write it down. Okay, 2a squared is basically 4a squared. I hope you remember all these exponent rules from last year. Plus 2 times 3 is 12a plus 9. And that's the answer. Okay? Now, we're going to do the same thing, but now it's a minus. Okay? So it's the same formula, but instead of plus 2ab is minus 2ab. So I'm going to do 2a squared, that's 4a squared, minus 2 times 2a times 3. Now it's going to be minus 12a, still plus 9. Okay? Right, let's move on to something like that. A little bit more, well, let's work with this first, okay? So now it's still a minus, so I'm going to work with this formula, but now my a is actually minus a, so I'm going to write it as minus a squared minus times, okay, minus 2ab, so minus 2, what is the a? Is minus a in this case, times b, 3b. So it's minus 2 times a, b is actually 3b, okay? If you want to, especially in the beginning, you can always say, all right, that's my a, and that's my b. Okay, plus b squared, in this case 3b squared, because the b is 3b. Okay, that's going to be equal to a squared Gotta be careful with all these minuses. Okay, so minus 2 times minus 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is plus 6ab plus 9b squared. Okay, hopefully you guys are happy with that. Now here, slightly difficulty. Okay, I've got the square, but I've got, before I square the whole thing, I've got a 2 here. If you remember last year's exponent rules, if I have a bunch of stuff in the brackets and I need to square it, then I need to square each one of them. So it will be 2 squared times n minus 4n squared. Okay, and now I can use, all right, 2 squared is 4. Okay, this bit is m squared minus 2ab. Okay, so minus 8mn plus 16n squared. And because I'm asked to foil is open, I need to still open the last bit here. That's 4m squared minus 32mn plus 4 times 16, and that's 64n squared. Okay? Right, I'm just going to make some space here. Okay, so now we just need to practice this formula a little bit. So simplest one will be, let's say, x plus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, so this formula tells us, all right, just take the first term, the x, square it, then minus the square of the second one, minus 9. All right, a little bit more difficult, maybe something like this, 2x plus 5a times 2x minus 5a. Okay, now my a is actually 2x and my b is 5a. So again, the answer will be a squared minus b squared, so it's going to be 2x squared minus 5a squared. And that will be 4x squared minus 25a squared. Okay? Let's see if there's anything more interesting that I still need to do. Yeah, let's do that one. That's a little bit of a tricky one. Okay, so I'm picking up an exercise from here. 3x minus 2 plus y times 3x minus 2 minus y. So now you might think, hang on, I've got some kind of weird stuff here. I've got, so far, Mr. Leshin, you told me there's 2 terms in each bracket. Now I've got 3. But check, this term is the same as that. So that really is your A, and that is your B. Okay? So the answer is still going to be a squared minus b squared, but my A now is made out of 2 things. So it's going to be 3x minus 2 squared, right, because I'm squaring A, minus b squared, which is just y squared. Okay, and I'm not finished, I still have to open that one. But don't worry, I can use that one to open that one, okay? So what is 3x minus 2? It's 3x squared minus 2 times 3 times 2. I'll write it down. Next time I'm not going to write it down. Minus 2 times 3x times 2, 2ab, plus b squared, okay? And don't forget, okay, this bit is just the opening of this bracket. I still have that one. So I must add minus y squared. Right, 9x squared minus 12x plus 4 minus y squared. I'm looking, can I add anything here? No, it's all different kind of terms, so that's it. All right, cheerio.